Hello everyone, I'm back again. It's my second stream on Twitch. Welcome. Yesterday I played the Sorcerer Werewolf. I think today we're going to try this character. This character is a Necromancer and also a vampire. So, unfortunately, vampire levels are all based on XP, and I started this character as a vampire really early, so I have a lot of levels to gain that XP for vampire skills, but the XP comes pretty slow at this low level, so it's going to be a while before I get any progression in those vampire skills. I went ahead and got rid of the boring crafting writs that I started with yesterday on the other character, so we can jump right into some questing. Let's see what we have sitting out here waiting for us. In Ebonheart. So we have some things here to do in Ebonheart. So let's go see. Interesting thing about this game, even though you play something like a werewolf or a vampire, maybe you're trying to play something not quite so nice, you're pretty much always helping people in the quest, no matter what you're doing. So it's kind of interesting. You can go around murdering, thieving, whatever you want, but in the end, you're pretty much always helping people in the quests. So I'm on this quest for restoring order. So that's the quest description. We have to go and convince these different people that they need to join in and help Ebonheart, looks like. And if I remember correctly, having done this quest before with the Nightblade, it's not so simple as just to talk to them.
Do what you think best in the time remaining. I am a disciple of the Tribunal. My people come to me for comfort, yet I have none to give. Three are silent. I lift my voice, but they do not answer. The Covenant circles Ebonheart, and I cannot even pray for wisdom. The Tribunal punishes the people for my faithless ways. The shrines to Almalexia, Sothasil, and Vivek are surrounded by a foul smell and angry Aelid. Please, do what I cannot. Burn these flowers at the shrines, then pray for Ebonheart. Burn the flowers at each shrine. They're a rare variety of gold carnet called Roland's Tears, and are sacred to the three. I pray they hear you.
So let's see where these shrines are. Well, at least two of them aren't very far away. Way back there in the back.
I appear at my lord's behest. Or perhaps I was always here, and you merely lacked the ability to see me. Vivek is a warrior poet, the ruthless and elegant soul of his people. He guides and protects all. Sharp of eye and tongue is he. Long is his reach. Longer is his spear. How can this question be on the lips of anyone in Morrowind? The sermons of Vivek are beside every bed. Vivek's psalms are sighed from every maiden's lips. His wisdom makes his people as hard, capable, and enduring as the poet himself. All know Vivek, for Vivek would have it so. Actions carry conviction better than words. A skilled poet arranges for others to be where they should be, when they should be, to fulfill his needs and desires. Yet the question Sildras asked was not the one in his heart. A man of poisoned words put doubt in Sildras' heart. He said the poet is less than he once was. Tell the disciple that Vivek's words and wit and way of war are as keen as always. What is Vivek beyond these?
Oh, that's one down. Let's head on to the next.
My Lady Almalexia bids you carry a message to Disciple Sildras. Ah, you are the child whose soul was stolen. My lady is concerned for you. Almalexia is the merciful healing mother at the Dunmer. She is the most beloved of the tribunal. I am merely a servant and messenger. Seek the temples and libraries to learn more. Perhaps in time, you may speak to Almalexia herself. The tribunal does not abandon their people. Just as a parent shelters children from dangers they cannot comprehend, the three shelter the Dunmer from threats beyond their ken. Tell him that my lady is mindful of his doubt and fear. There is no shame in either, so long as he helps others bear their burdens. By helping others, his fears will be allayed. But if he spreads his despair, my lady will chastise him.
That's two down. Looks like the last one's going to be a pretty long trek. And at low levels, the horses aren't very fast. Well, it's not the levels, but haven't had enough days with this character to buy all the skills increases to make him faster. Oh, and if you see me looking at the map a lot, just like in real life, I have the worst sense of direction in games. So I never know exactly how to get where I'm going. Travel through this Argonian swamp area.
Speak. Wizard, mystic, master of the Clockwork City, an architect of time and a binder of oblivion, one who masters the tools that mastered others. Does this answer satisfy? Good. Seek. Learn. When you are prepared, find the master, who will be interested to hear your conclusions. All prayers are heard, not all are acknowledged. Every small cog drives a greater gear. Each is necessary, otherwise the whole collapses. When any cog shivers from the stresses on it, the master feels it, but the load he assigns it is no more than he knows it can bear.
So far on this little quest, we've avoided any kind of fighting.
I can feel the blessings upon you. It's a power I've not felt myself for many years. I see. I hadn't considered there might be threats more grave than the Covenant invasion. You would think, given all we know of the treachery of Cold Harbor, that I would see that. What of Sotha Sil? I am ashamed. The three have shown more faith in me than I have in them. I dread asking this, but what of Lord Vivek? Ha! Yes, I should have known. Vivek is the most subtle of the three. It's true, I've been counseling a Dunmer who questions his faith. He told me the Tribunal are losing their powers. Only indirectly. We see the three less every year. They no longer make their annual pilgrimage to Red Mountain on Vardenfell, and no one knows why. It all seems so convincing when he said it. His name is Ravil Urano. He hasn't come to pray for days now. He was in such despair. I think he'd even stopped bathing. The last time I saw him, he smelled terrible, like fresh offal. What? Have I been a fool? I questioned my faith for the flimsiest of reasons and caused others to question theirs. I have much to do to correct my failure. I wish I knew why Ravil Urano's doubting words were so compelling.
Let's see, who should we go convince next? Well, he's real close. Let's go right over here.
March into the great houses.
to brave my wrath?
I hope your arrival will prove a boon to Ebonheart. The residents are at each other's throats. Beyond, no one will work together. Each faction has a different reason. Which would you like to know about? I wish I knew their complaint. They refused to talk to us. I even went to speak with their quarters leader, Sashajar. She accused me of plotting to kill a tree, as if I cared about such things. The Nords in town are lumber traders from the Rift. You might have noticed a lack of trees. When they asked Railgar Stonecrush to help defend the town, he accused us of being fancy. I assume that's an insult in Skyrim. Also, I think he was drunk.
And it's possible we were supposed to talk to him before we went and did any of it. He probably would have told us about what was going on with the Dark Elves as well. We'll go down and see about the Argonians first.
Another strangers? So, Dark Elf, have you come to gloat about our hist? Are you its murderer? Speak. It's dying. It was never healthy. This isn't Black Marsh after all. So in the last few weeks, it's withered. We've learned that House Drez is poisoning it. It's not enough to have enslaved us for generations. Now they want to carve our hearts out. The best we can do is fertilize it. We're using mudcrab meat wrapped in ash reed. Both are common around the quarter. We've also set guards around the tree to keep the Dunmer away. If you wish to aid us, gather the items I requested. Ash reeds grow in the tide pools in our quarter, and mud crabs thrive on the shores nearby. Gather some of each and present them at the roots of our hist. Some of our people heard a dark elf talking to others of his kind. He asked if they'd seen the Drez rowing out to our hist tree. He saw jars of poison in the boat. That's not Ravel Urano. My people overheard him at the inn. He was drunk and talking too loud. No one spoke to him directly. It's never been wise for an Argonian to confront a dark elf. Especially lately. We're far from Black Marsh. No, but it's not difficult to believe, is it? The Drez think we're little more than animals. But the Pact freed us. What they can't enslave, they destroy. The Drez have always regarded Argonians as little more than savage children. We needed to be civilized, so they uplifted us by putting us to work as slaves on plantations and in mines. No more. Now we speak beside them in the council.
Looks like for this one we're going to have to be fighting some mud crabs. So maybe we get a little fighting in. Now the interesting thing about Necromancers, some of their spells are actually illegal to use. So if we use them anywhere near citizens, then we get in trouble with the law. So gotta be careful who's around when we attack anything using some of the skills that I have. But I want to use some to show them off. So let's see if anybody's around. We can do this. Yeah, mud crabs aren't that hard to kill. Let's see if I can find one at more of a distance and use that other skill first. Over there. Nobody seems to be around. Yeah, so summon a skeleton, he runs at the thing you targeted and blows up. And most of the rest of the time, I just use daggers.
What is it?
Funny thing is, throwing a flaming skeleton at someone is not illegal. Or a flaming skull.
Oh, what do you have there? We are allowing no one to approach the Hist, especially strangers claiming they wish to help us. We just caught a dark elf trying to poison a tree. Your words smell fair, but tasting's proof. Let me see what you have there. Yes, I wrecked the spine apology. While you were away, we caught a dark elf defiling our Hist. Please, apply the fertilizer you gathered to the base of our Hist. As long as I'm with you, the guards will let you through. One of our guards is escorting him to my lodge. He seems half mad. He was doing something to the tree, and apparently he is of House Drez.
You're not welcome.
Let this one through. Back in my lodge.
What is it?
It seems we have proof that the Drez are trying to murder our tree. While you were gathering mudcrab meat and reeds, the guards caught him trying to harm our Hist. We can't get anything out of him but his name and house. Seems the rumors were true. House Drez is trying to murder our Hist. He was scratching at the bark, licking our tree. When the guards shouted at him, he dropped an empty bottle. Now he's very ill. The truth is as plain as the face of Masser. You may do as you wish, but his mind is boiling. His words skitter like a mud crab in a pan. You will gather no moisture from this one.
Don't take my shoes. My toes might grow into the earth. What did I do? What did it do to me? I see. I feel. I'm awake. I touched it. It smelled like flowers and black earth. It tasted like rain and summer wind and the deepest green. He said the tree's sap would be better than skooma. He was right. He said the Argonians might be angry. You think they're angry? To me, they always look angry. It's the teeth. He gave me the bottle, said it was for the tree. I thought it was skooma. I tasted it. It was bad. I fed it to a lizard. He didn't like it either. He died. The bottle broke. How can I fill it with sap? I never saw him before. I asked him for coin to get more skooma. He was done. Someone called him Braville? Weeville? Wabberjack? Raville, that's it.
Ravel? I can't believe it. Ravel! Ravel Urano claimed he saw House Dres poison our history. Then he gave a bottle to this tree-licking waste of flesh. I smell worm scat. Someone has been playing us for fools, and I no longer believe it's House Dres.
Well, it looks like we got a little bit of a clue of what's going on here. Let's see if we can find where the Nords are. If I remember correctly from doing this one before, the Nords are a little bit quicker, but not as easy.
Honor for the pack, he says. Howdy, ha, ha. Well, well, aren't you the fancy lad? What do you want, Elf? Come to complain about the daggers? Go hide behind your mother's skirt, not the Nords. Aye. The milk drinkers landed to the west at that big yellow tree thing. Now the Dres have got their skirts in a twist. Oh, please save us, big strong Nords. Fancy lads, the lot of them. They think Nords only exist to save elven asses. Bring them on. We don't skeever out of a fight. When we're attacked, we fight. I wager you think we should fight for the rest of the pact. All right. Prove they've got some backbone. Let's see you beat 3 of my men, and do it the Nord way. We fight drunk. We've got a keg of fine, strong mead from Riften right here. Pour yourself a mug and get to it. Unless you're too fancy, of course.
Oh, this fight's not going to be easy. I'm limited in the skills that I can use because they're illegal. And they're going to be junk.
Come at me! I hear dark elves are milk drinkers. Too bad. I bet a good mead would loosen your back ends enough for you to pull the sticks out of them. You could only beat me if I was blind, stinking sober, and I'm not. This should be fun.
So I've got several skills that I can use to heal up. And it looks like I'm going to need them. Apparently I lost that fight. Might have to have a little food.
Chop your head clean off. Come at me. I hear dark elves are milk drinkers. Too bad. I bet a good mead would loosen your back ends enough for you to pull the sticks out of them. You could only beat me if I was blind, stinking sober. And I'm not. Come at me!
Well, that went a little bit better.
I need more mead. Whew. Good fight. I'll have to find someone else to brawl with. I just need a moment to catch my breath. Stop the bleeding. And get another mead. Now you know how it is.
I hear dark elves are milk drinkers. Too bad. I bet a good mead would loosen your back ends enough for you to pull the sticks out of them. Haha! You're clever, you are. Let's see how well you take a blow. Try to put up a decent fight. Go back to drinking. Good fight. You'll have to find someone else to blow with. I just need a moment to catch my breath and stop the bleeding and get another mead. You know how it is.
Okay, that's two. One left. You can tell this character is not quite as good of a fighter as the other one was.
I hear dark elves are milk drinkers. Too bad. I bet a good mead would loosen your back ends enough for you to pull the sticks out of them. Are you asking for a challenge? Sure as bones. I thought today was going to be dull. Come at me!
Apparently someone else took the opportunity to attack the same guy we did, so he should be easier to kill that way.
I yield, friend. Good fight. Ah, you're a good drinking mate, friend. Come back and join us again sometime.
Not half bad, I'll give you that. I said I would, and I don't go back on my word. I hope the rest of the pact fights like you, not that milk-drinking Urano. Ravel Urano, that dark elf here before you. He kept asking to buy our lumber so we'd leave town. I told him no, we had a contract to keep, but he offered to double it. No one pays that much for wood, even good rift spruce. What a schemer. Don't know and didn't ask. His story smelled like last week's fish. Whole time we were talking, he kept looking around for a crack to ooze through, sweating like. The boys ran him off with a few light cuffs to the head. He hasn't come back since. Right. Things like that. They're exactly why we keep to ourselves in the Elven lands. That and the bad food. Anyway, you're all right. Tell that fancy Othrol we'll fight. Come back and drink with us again sometime.
Looks like there's a quest over here. I'll go ahead and see what it's about while we're in the area.
We want no trouble, Outlander. My injury doesn't keep me from stringing a bow. A Nyx hound attacked our caravan. He savaged my leg and carried off one of our guar. No. Lately we've sighted savage creatures in the wastelands. They're more than a match for our tribe's hunters. Great rewards await any hunter who can bring them to ground. The first is Varnog, a feral Nyx hound. The next is worse, Liger, a vicious and territorial bullnetch. Worst of all is a clanfare named Gerlisk. He's the least vicious of the three, but look what he did to my leg. We met him on the road southeast of Ebenhard. Our best guess is he escaped from a goblin tribe, or ate them. He floats along the shore west of here. Do not ask me the origin of his name. I assume it stems from the way netches float through the air. Strange story, that. Summoned by an old conjurer who lived in the hills east of Kraganor. The conjurer died, but it stayed. No one knows why, and no hunters ever tracked it to its lair. We drove our guar here to trade. The Ashlands give our tribe many things such as food and shelter. They aren't as generous with medicinal potions or steel. Ha! Even if we would have the housemen, they wouldn't have us. They won't even let us within their walls to trade. We must stay outside, bedding with their animals. But because they're heretics, or because we are, whichever you prefer, we hold true to the faith of our ancestors, the worship of Azura, Oethia, and Mufala. They believe the three elders of their tribunal are gods. We know the truth. The so-called three are murderers and necromancers. Now? Here? No, I've already said too much. I have no love for the housemen. My people need their wares. Ask someone else.
That quest will be for another day. Oh, that was the wrong way.
What is it?
Have our town's fortunes improved? That's a great relief. Well done. The Covenant troops haven't left their encampment to the west, but it's only a matter of time before our inactivity encourages them. I don't know this, Mer. Why would he cause so much trouble? Perhaps he's an agent of Shea Gorath. It's an unpleasant thought. The Daedra of Chaos is worse than any mere Covenant army. Can you aid me further? Ravil must have a house in town. I'd like you to find it and watch him. I'd like to see myself, but I'm sure he'll recognize me. So I'll need to cast a spell on you. Commoners would call it a scrying spell, but I'm beyond such crude hedge magic. It will enable me to see and hear what you do. Furthermore, I'll be able to speak to you. Search for Ravil's home. I expect it's on the west side of town. You should be able to hear me now. There he is. Let's follow him.
Have to follow this guy, but stay far enough away that he doesn't see me.
No waffle today. The temple's forbidden all sales.
Quiet, fool. I paid you for your discretion, remember?
If I remember right, if you get too close, you have to start this all over again.
That fancy sword was in our camp. Hey, fancy man. Fallen on any swords lately? Huh. Saying we should help it done there? Huh. Like a Nord would ever turn down a fight.
The drunk one took your advice sometime. Now regrets it. For shameless total.
I assure you, I had nothing to do with it.
He went into that shack. Wait for him to leave. He's out. That was fast. Try to get inside that shack. A communication spell. Let's see who Ravil called.
Oh, what now, Robin? So you're the meddler who undid all of Robin's work. Such a waste of my time.
While we're here, might as well see what we can steal that's worth anything.
That woman wore a Covenant uniform. Ravil must be working for the enemy.
Go to his house and see what you can find. I'll send my guards.
I have a feeling I have one more fight.
What are you doing here?
Now this character, when he fights a boss, obviously he's not very good at fighting, but nobody's around. I can use his ultimate skill, which will be just about as good as the werewolf changing.
You won't take them. Cornell gave me potions.
Alright, let's do it. Wow, getting quite a bit of lag on this one. But that should be good enough. So his ultimate is actually to be able to transform into a bone Goliath for a short time.
The guards heard fighting. I assume you found more inside than just evidence? Having him alive might have been useful, but having him dead is just as good. The ritual items in the shack on the docks and his belongings might tell us something more.
Well, that item might be useful. I might equip that at some point. So I should be using light armor with this character rather than heavy armor. So it's just about time for me to log out, so I'm going to go and head back to my usual spot in front of a stable, so that I'll just be able to buy the horse upgrade when I log back in the next time. It's like I have quite a bit of lag on the stream as well as in the game this time. Hopefully it catches up, but thank you all for viewing, and it's time to go let my rabbit out to play, so I'm going to end the broadcast. And please, if you'd like to keep track of when I'm streaming again, just give me a follow and it'd be much appreciated. Thanks for watching. Good night all.